Welcome to World Decoder, where we explore the future of humanity. Today, we uncover a world where silence speaks louder than words. In the futuristic year of 2100, the ancient barriers of human speech have finally crumbled into the dust of forgotten history. The concept of a foreign language is now archaic, found only in the crumbling pages of books that no one reads anymore. Those heavy dictionaries and popular language learning applications are now just useless relics, gathering dust in the abandoned museums of human civilization. The world has successfully completed the installation of Babel 2.0, a neural translation protocol uniting humanity into one single mind. This revolutionary technology has transformed the entire human race into a unified block of thinking, erasing the confusion of the past forever. Kai, a dedicated anthropologist, finds himself standing deep within the Amazon jungle, miles away from the comfort of the modern digital world. He is here to meet the chief of a tribe that has never had contact with the outside world until this moment. In the past, such a meeting would require months of learning gestures and years of study to understand a single simple sentence. But today, everything is different, as technology has bridged the gap that once separated these two distinct worlds by thousands of years. When the chief speaks in a dialect full of strange tones, the AI chip in Kai's brain does not simply translate words. It performs a much deeper task by decoding neural impulses directly, bypassing the clumsy and often inaccurate medium of spoken language entirely. Before the sound hits the eardrum, Aura captures the electromagnetic signal from the chief's language center, analyzing deep emotions and hidden intentions. It converts the raw data into a stream of pure thought, flowing directly into Kai's mind with absolute clarity and instant comprehension. The chief speaks of the soul of the old forest, but Kai does not hear the specific word for soul in his mind. Instead, he physically feels the awe, the smell of rotting leaves after rain, and the deep anxiety about the ecological balance shifting. They stand there in the deep forest, speaking no words, yet understanding each other to the very core of their human existence. The language barrier, once the most solid wall in human history, has been completely demolished by a simple segment of computer code. The world has become absolutely flat, allowing for seamless connection between minds across vast distances without any loss of meaning or context. An engineer in Hanoi can now discuss the complex structure of nuclear particles with a colleague in Brazil without needing an interpreter. Misunderstandings have vanished, and the wars that once arose from linguistic differences have been completely eliminated from our global society. Humanity seems to be moving towards an era of unprecedented peace, united by a technology that promises absolute clarity and harmony. However, as Kai returns to the neon-lit city, he begins to realize a bitter reality hiding beneath this surface of perfection. Language is not just a means of communication. It is the cradle of culture, holding the history and soul of a people. When we all communicate through pure thought via AI, the unique nuances of Vietnamese or the romance of French begin to fade. People no longer write poetry because poetry lives on the ambiguity of words and the multiple meanings that AI strives to eliminate. In the world of artificial intelligence, everything must be precise. But this demand for precision has effectively killed the art of metaphor. Absolute understanding has strangled imagination, leaving no room for the beautiful mistakes that often lead to our greatest creative discoveries. Kai realizes that when he understood the Amazonian chief through AI, he accidentally ignored the beauty of the primal sound spoken. He understood the meaning perfectly, but he no longer heard the soul of that language, nor the rhythm of its ancient history. The whole world is now like a piece of music with only a single note, playing monotonously across every culture and continent. We understand each other, but we have nothing left to discover about one another, as the mystery of the unknown has vanished. Differences, which were once the driving force of curiosity and creativity, are being flattened by the ruthless efficiency of neural translation algorithms. One evening, feeling the weight of this sterile world, Kai decides to turn off the translation mode of his Aura device. He disconnects from the global mind, stepping out onto the street to listen to the people around him with his own ears. The sounds ring out like birds singing or waves crashing. He does not understand what they say, but his heart begins to race. He realizes that sometimes the lack of understanding is exactly what makes human beings so incredibly fascinating and attractive to one another. We need distances to desire to touch each other, and we need different languages to see this world in all its colors. Standing alone in the crowd, Kai finally feels free, embracing the confusion that makes the human experience so rich and unpredictable. If the whole world speaks the same language of thought, are we closer, or are we just becoming soulless copies of algorithms? True connection requires effort, and it is in the struggle to understand that we find the true depth of our humanity. Do you choose absolute understanding with zero effort, or do you choose the beauty of distinct identities and the mystery of words? Perhaps the greatest technology is not the one that connects us perfectly, but the one that allows us to remain unique individuals. Kai has made his choice, deciding to embrace the noise, the confusion, and the beautiful mess of unfiltered human communication. Think about the first time a child speaks. It is not perfect data transmission, but a miraculous attempt to reach out to others. We must ask ourselves if we are willing to trade the raw emotion of a stuttering voice for the cold perfection of machines. The future does not have to be one of uniformity. It can be a place where technology supports rather than replaces our nature. By reclaiming the effort of reading and listening, we reclaim our agency and our ability to interpret the world for ourselves. Words on a page force us to imagine, to build worlds in our minds, a skill that no direct neural link can replicate. As the sun sets on this era of silence, we must decide what kind of dawn we want to wake up to tomorrow. There is hope in the younger generation who are beginning to rediscover the joy of misinterpretation and the humor of language barriers. The warmth of human connection comes not from the efficiency of the data transfer, but from the shared experience of being together. Kai watches them and knows that as long as there is curiosity, language will never truly die, even in a digital world. We can be part of a global community without losing the unique currents that define who we are as individuals and cultures. Let us preserve the symbols of our heritage, for they are the anchors that keep us grounded in the storm of progress. The path forward is not about rejecting technology, but about using it to enhance, not replace, the very things that make us human. So I ask you, the viewer, in a world that offers you perfection, will you have the courage to choose the imperfect? Will you embrace the silence of understanding, or will you fight for the noise, the music, and the poetry of spoken language? Time moves forward relentlessly, and the choices we make today will define the cognitive landscape of the generations that come after us. From this vantage point, Kai sees a world that is fragile yet resilient, teetering on the edge of a major evolutionary shift. His eyes reflect the complexity of the dilemma, a silent symphony playing out in the minds of billions of people every day. Let us ensure that our future is not a silent one, but a symphony of diverse voices, each contributing a unique melody. Art, culture, and language are the colors of our existence. Without them, we are merely processing data in a gray, empty void. Kai chooses to listen to the music of the past, finding comfort in the rhythms that were created by human hands and hearts. There is a warmth in the analog, a texture in the imperfect that digital perfection can simulate but never truly replicate authentically. As the lights of civilization turn on, let us hope they illuminate our differences rather than blinding us to them with uniformity. Every face tells a story, and every language carries a history. To lose them is to lose a part of ourselves forever. He walks into the future with his mind open but his filter off, ready to experience the world in its rawest form. Like birds taking flight, our thoughts should be free to soar, to drift, and to explore the winds of change without restraint. Perhaps it is time to dust off the old ways, to relearn the patience required to truly understand another human being's soul. In those pages lies the magic of discovery, the thrill of the unknown, and the bridge that connects us through shared effort. Thank you for joining Kai on this journey into the silent symphony of the future. We hope it has sparked your imagination. The story of language is the story of us. Don't let the final chapter be one of silence, but one of song. Preserve your voice, cherish your words, and never stop listening to the beautiful, chaotic symphony of the world around you. Today. This has been a presentation by World Decoder. We decode the complexities of our world to bring you visions of what could be. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with those who love deep thinking. Check out our other videos to explore more fascinating topics about technology, humanity, and the future that awaits us all very soon. Your support helps us continue to create high-quality content and tell stories that matter. We appreciate every single one of you. Leave a comment below telling us, would you use the Babbel chip or would you prefer to learn languages the old way? We read every comment and love hearing your perspectives on these complex ethical and technological questions that define our modern times. Stay curious, stay human, and keep decoding the world with us. Until next time, this is World Decoder signing off. Goodbye for now, and may your own personal symphony of words never be silenced by the noise of the digital age.